Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead grows to 10-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. A run there on 1st down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
11 yards there, 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford looking downfield for Jones. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing again is Stafford. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13.
Here we go.
The 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The throw over the middle taken in. Only 2 there on the dump off. It's 3rd down.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
Here we go.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Stafford now 6 of 10 in this 1st down. He's got his guys a 1st down here.
And middle.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
You know, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. After the sack on first down, Stafford completing it here to Marvin Jones. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Hey, 5-0!
From the red zone now, Stafford. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Dante Fowler, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Here's Stafford. Screenplay, Johnson. And give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
32!
3rd and long. It's Stafford. His throw caught right around the 6. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up, and the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're early in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least 1 home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. But it's going to be 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10.
Check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50.
Throwing again. Madden. Being chased out left. And he's going to keep it here. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a 3, but now it's 3rd down. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down.
Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS, SOS, SOS. Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, hey, watch the ship, watch the ship. 57's Mike. Mike.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. The open man is Westbrook. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on fourth down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo!
Big 20.
Operating from the gun. Stafford eluding the pressure right. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hawkinson. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Yeah, baby!
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
He goes, set! 280!
Engage the mic. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
Monday, Monday, Monday!
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you've got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
22!
54. 54.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
Come on,
The
set.
Panthers out there and ready to begin their next
defense. Let's get
drive.
off the field,
Time for a
defense.
final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Forced out to his left. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Keep playing hard.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. This is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
To your right, 22. And it has
From the gun, Stafford trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
On 3rd down, Stafford. And the catch made by Johnson. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. So they will go for it. Stafford. And oh, look at that. A diving catch. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
Every play is supposed to get a player's best effort. But on 4th down, that really increases the stakes, doesn't it? What about that catch?
Heck of an effort picking up the first.
And now that team has to be motivated going forward. They just saw a great effort there. They want to make sure it pays off.
On 1st down at Stafford. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hawkinson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now Stafford. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
I don't even know why this team.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Stafford. Steps away to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
5. Get it.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Madden. Buying time to his left. He'll try and run it. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. Throwing on 1st down. Madden. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He was trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Here I come again. Here I come again.
Here's Gurley. 8 yards here, so that gets him back within striking distance. And now it's 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down.
Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Operating from the gun. Madden. That's going to be caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh.
50's the mic. I'm here all day. I'm here.
Ready?
Back to throw. Madden. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Julio Julio Jones. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Let's go, let's go.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
To throw on 3rd down, Stafford. He gets this one to Johnson. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Lions go for it on 4th. It's Stafford. Over the middle, complete. That's Gregory. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need. That's exactly what they got done.
Stafford. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down.
So after a run like that, I will guarantee that the head coach is saying to himself, maybe even over his headsets to the rest of the staff, where was that all game long? We needed that. That's the type of run we planned for going into the game. Didn't get much of that, but let's move it forward. Let's build on it, get ready for the next week, and let's go play.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw, Stafford. Now they go screen, it's complete. And give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out.
Shoot! 59!
3rd and 2, Stafford. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st and 10, Stafford. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A gain there of 21 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Johnson trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go.
Throwing on 2nd down. Stafford toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
Hey, box drop.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Flush to his right. Johnson's got it complete. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
Easy, alert!
58's the mic. Go 58's the mic.
Hey, they're scared. They're scared.
One last throw here for Stafford. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better,